Just before the game, please make welcome our first very special guest on the night from the Collingwood Football Club, Heath Shaw, everybody. Great to have you on the show. You're going 10 straight last week. When you're on that sort of streak, how hard is it to stay up and keep going and maintain all that sort of momentum and intensity?
Oh, it's pretty easy when you're playing Carlton, I suppose, but
He didn't say the game was easy. He said it was. Explain yourself.
Neil, I'm confused. No, it's obviously easy to get yourself for a big game, but we didn't. So we move on.
Hey, I was thinking your captain was being interviewed recently, and they asked him directly who the most annoying player at the club was, and I'm going to play it to you. And I want you to see just how much thinking music was required from your captain in answering this question.
Who's the most annoying teammate at Collingwood?
Heath Shaw, without a doubt. Yeah, he's just a nutcase, and he's always yelling and scaring the hell out of everyone with his the loudness of his voice. Yeah, he's a big pain in the backside.
We had to cut out of that because that went on for half an hour.
How do you feel? Is that a mantle you wear proudly?
Yeah, definitely. I got a lot of practice growing up with my mum and dad. So
you come from a long line of serial pests.
Yeah, they kicked me out of home pretty quickly. So.
You provide light relief around the club, though, and I think everyone appreciates that down at the Westpac Centre. But it's not just there, is it? That's fair to say. I can say that.
Just kind of the way you said it, really.
That's what it's called now. It changes every couple of years, but it'll be right. But it's not just there, is it? It's not just there that you're causing heck. Earlier, the project's a great Channel 10 show. I want to take you back to, I think it was during the show, between 6 and 7, something went on tonight. Watch
Some
this.
Some of our intelligence agencies want increased access to social media.
I rocked up a bit early for the show, and I was just wandering around and
had a bit of time to kill.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got to ask you about the burning issue, Travis Cloak. Are you 100% confident that he will stay?
I don't think anyone's 100% confident, but I think as a playing group we're just getting sick of seeing his face in the paper. He's not the best looking bloke going out. Hopefully he's signed soon and we don't have to see him.
Seriously, like, do you blame a guy of his stature, of his standing and at his age and place for looking around and seeing what he might get?
Oh, I don't think you blame any player. It's a cutthroat business, and you got to get the best of what you can for yourself and for your future. So I suppose he thinks it's the best way to go about it and shop himself around a bit. But yeah, hopefully it gets done pretty soon, as I said, because I don't like looking at him.
Does he get a fair bit of grief from the boys around the club about not having signed yet?
Oh, he's got it from sort of day one when he walked in, when he became a Cloak and he was at Collingwood. He was getting a bit of crap, but no, he's wandering around. He's the $1 million man. And
is that what you call him?
Sometimes we're driving around in Lexuses and he's driving around in Lamborghinis.
Oh, it's that poor old Lexus driver. Oh, how terrible.
I'm sure the average member of your cheer squad in the Datsun 180B is really feeling for you right now.
I know Collingwood, they're all stolen. I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, poor coach has had a bit to say on this topic because he keeps getting asked about it. And he said something interesting during the week about Cloak damaging his brand, which we thought was an interesting angle that he took towards it. And I kind of do understand it because I know a lot of companies are lining up to use Travis Cloak as a spokesman. And, you know, why wouldn't they?
They're pretty straight to the word. They don't talk a lot of smoke and shadows behind the windows.
Pretty slick stuff. Is that the Travis Cloak you know and love?
That's exactly him.
There's no doubt the gentleman is a wordsmith. Now, you were talking about the players and their reactions to the whole... we won't dwell on the Cloak fiasco, I'll call it. But you're saying the players taking it pretty well, but I think you're getting frustrated because after the last talks broke down, the players are pretty quick to show their true feelings. I mean, neither of those two are at the club anymore. Even they had to get involved somehow.
Hey, you were inadvertently kind of in the middle of the biggest story of the week with the Sharrod Wellingham, Kate Simpson bump. You were right there. You were right there. You had the best/worst seat in the house. There you are. From that vantage point, did you sense at the time, you know, gee, that was big. Like, that was a big hit.
Yeah, definitely. I heard the impact, and I thought he was going to be doing that to me. That's why I sort of stopped. And then Scotto came up to me, and he thought it was me, and so he started wrestling me. And
yeah, because you were fighting the battles, and Sharrod just buggered off, basically.
Yeah, and I didn't want to get another fine. I've had enough for wrestling at the moment, so I told Scotto it wasn't me. He goes, "Who was it?" And I go, "I got no idea." So he just kept on going, and then yeah, Sharrod just ran away off into the wilderness.
Buck said that he had to go, so the coach...
I think everyone agreed. I think the argument's been, like, was the penalty harsh enough? Because to me it seemed like the guy that inflicted it should spend at least as much time out as the victim. But anyway, how
do you think he was lucky to not get more?
Well, he got 5 weeks, I think, and then reduced, so...
How many would you have given him?
Seriously.
Sharrod Wellingham. How many?
Oh, he was going to get dropped anyway, so...
Well, that's the kind of insight we like on the show. You have developed a theory on this, though. He's out for 3 weeks, and also Buddy Franklin.
Yeah, he might be missing 3 weeks, and they live together, so I think they've planned a little holiday away, romantic holiday away somewhere.
I'll tell you what, though, because Sharrod has lost... I mean, he obviously feels really bad about what happened, and he's lost his focus. There's talk about how he just couldn't focus afterwards, and I still think he's having trouble focusing, because he went to recovery the next day, and I don't know. This is... I mean, that's probably not how... He would generally go...
He's unstable.
He's unstable.
Hey, last week's loss aside, you said last week on SEN that you're tracking, you know, really comfortably through the season, and you felt like you're a better chance this year than you were last year to win the flag. We know you got pretty close last year. Why do you think that? What's your theory behind that?
I suppose, throughout the year you do need a bit of luck, and your timing's got to be right. And last year we probably peaked a bit too early. So this year we've been slowly building, and we're still yet to play our best football, so hopefully we've got 8 weeks to sort of knuckle down and get that right, and then have a big tilt at the finals.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see you play off again against the Cats, and you'll be very pleased, I'm sure, to see Scott Pendlebury back in the team. And Chris Tarrant, I'm interested in. He's just played, it'll be his 3rd game this season, and he was played forward last week in the VFL and kicked like 4 goals. Do you reckon he'll line up forward?
I'm not sure. He sort of got eased back into playing footy, and that's why he went up forward for the VFL team, and we're struggling for forwards down there. So
good chance.
There's a good chance he'll play either there or backline, or maybe on the wing or something like that.
She could play anywhere.
I wonder if Benny Reid will play on Tom Hawkins again, because he played him in the grand final last year, and Tommy Hawkins kicked a few goals, didn't he? And what was your attitude towards Ben Reid after last year's heartbreaking grand final loss on the night of it? What did you continually do to Ben Reid, who was heartbroken at the time because Tom Hawkins had beaten him quite resoundingly? What did you do to Ben Reid?
Oh, well, Reid is a bit sensitive on the topic now, and at the time as well, he wasn't too happy with me. But after a few drinks, I just sort of kept on going up behind him and taking screamers on him, saying...
What were you saying?
Tomahawk.
We have to take a break here on before we go. Heath Shaw's going to stick around.
Did he get sick of that at any stage? Did any stage you turn around and go, OK, that'll do now?
Yeah, it got to, I think it was halfway through Mad Monday, he said, seriously, I've had it.
We're going to catch up with Fitzy on the other side of this as well. Stick around.
Will he give it to Rebold? He will. Rebold runs in. Touched off the ball.
That was as good a play as I've ever seen. What a great rally. Haven't there been some telling moments in grand finals over the journey, and Heath Shaw, our special guest, delivered one right there. Did you know how significant that might have proved to be the moment you did that at the start of that game?
No, not at all. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't really thinking.
You play better that way, don't you? Yes.
Yeah.
And you described that after that grand final. What you went around calling that what?
Smother of the Millennium.
How many times do you reckon you've seen it?
That's the only thing I've watched at that grand final.
But you're not only a footballer, though. You're renovating your house at the moment, aren't you? Is that a true story?
It's all done.
It's all done. Well, it is. We know it's all done. We've got a picture of it, and it looks fantastic. Beautiful. Love the tarp. Tarp works well.
Geez, you've really got a flair for that, haven't you?
He has, yeah.
Young Sipos from St Kilda nominated for the Rising Star this week. Yeah, great young player at St Kilda. I think he might be getting a little bit ahead of himself, though.
It's obviously a really good achievement to receive the NAB Rising Star Award. Yeah, I'm just, good, special, I guess.
You haven't won it, okay? Don't get too worried.
They've actually got a big game against Brisbane this week, and there's been a couple of significant selections there. Simon Black's back for the Brisbane Lions, which is absolutely fantastic. And there's a rookie debuting for the Saints who's got a rich football heritage.
A son of a gun, Andy Mark, Sam Donnell, son of Frank, 84 premiership player for the Bombers.
And Jack Stephen had a club suspension, wasn't he? Was it over the limit? Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. What do you anything to say about that, Heath?
I was wondering why everyone was looking at me, but...
Hey, you guys at the Collingwood Footy...
That's a no comment, is it? That's officially a no comment.
Not only you're playing footy and not only you're renovating houses, but you're doing some fantastic stuff with Headspace down at the Collingwood Footy Club. There's even a showroom down there that's been dedicated to the stuff that you're doing down there. They're dealing with mental health issues. What sort of stuff are you doing with Headspace?
I think Headspace have opened up a lot of sort of centres around Australia, and Vic Park wasn't really getting used for anything at the moment. It's our VFL team's home ground, but they use that for the Collingwood centre and Headspace centre, and it's a great setup, and they're doing a lot of good work down there.
Congratulations and good on you for doing that. It's a fantastic thing you do. I do have to ask if you're the right man to be heading that up, because let's be honest, some of your behaviour's been fairly erratic yourself on occasion. I give you this as an example. Now look, I'm not certain, but I think you might need to spend a bit of time in the showroom.
I've spent a bit of time down in that showroom.
Just having a think about it. Good on you, mate. As I said, good on you for doing that.
Another man who might need to spend a bit of time down in the showroom is Ryan Fitzgerald. It wouldn't be before the game without him. And thanks to our very fine friends at Crust Pizza. We all love a bit of Crust Pizza, don't we?
We love Crust.
We love a bit of Crust Pizza around here. Even that's great stuff.
I don't know if it's a good thing.
Heath Shaw, it's a joy always to have you on the show. Thanks for being so frank and so honest with us tonight, and all the very best for the rest of the season.
No worries.
Heath Shaw,